left the game. I wasn't expecting Saviour to do it that fast, but there we go.
Oh, by the way, it is, can you back up? It is Frontier first, by the way. On the map choice, it's Frontier first. Frontier, Rift, Bedrock. I just realized that looking at the thing.
Well, that's not what he said on the booklet, but Hosticide has updated the labels. So yeah.
Well, no, the booklet. I have the booklet up. It's the group stage starts with Rift. The best of 3 starts with Frontier. Actually, all series start with Frontier from here on out.
Fair enough. Let's go. So we're playing Frontier, Rift, and Bedrock for like a lot of games in a row.
Yeah, unless something happens.
Ghost Spectre, yeah. I'll just, yeah, you message Metaloid, I'll message Saviour just to make sure they know it's Frontier first.
Alright, I just messaged Metaloid. They asked if they're allowed to change leaders, yes.
Yeah.
Because it's a different map.
Alright, looks like we're just about to get started after that black screen. Metaloid's choosing his leader. Just waiting for Saviour to pick now. Ooh, looks like the chat's got all the pitchforks out today. Here we go. Even though Metaloid asked to change leader, he picks Desi anyway. It looks like Saviour's going to pick Anders.
Yeah, not a bad choice anyways to go Desi on this map. This guarantees that we won't have that Desi mirror though next round. On a Rift.
Yeah, definitely it does. I hate watching mirrors as well.
Yeah, it's... I don't know, I'm not a big fan either.
Alright, we can see... I'm going to shoot off with Metaloid here. So...
Well, I can't.
Oh my god. Okay.
Of course.
So,
just Metaloid
in the red, opening Chopper as Decimus, opening Harvester as well. His grunts are just going to run off to the supplies. 2 grunts are actually taking this forward supply, and 1 grunt is running to the center power. And that Chopper rally point is all the way on Saviour's power here, where the Marine has actually gone. But the second Marine isn't far away, so you should be able to catch that Chopper before he loses that Marine. Saviour opening Jackrabbit, a rally point straight on the left side power, double supply pad as well. It's pretty standard build for both players right now, Gen 3rd for each player. That Chopper has arrived at that Marine, does get a good ram off to stop him taking the power, and that Marine's going to try and run away. Metaloid actually stealing the Mini on that side as well. Saviour's got no backup for this Marine, so he's probably going to lose it to that Chopper.
Generator constructed.
Marine actually runs back to take some power. He could have done that a lot earlier and probably picked up most of that power instead of running around trying to micro and dodge the Chopper shots, but that Marine does finally die. Gives Metaloid a small advantage in the early game because he is picking up a lot of resources with these grunts. He's got a good spread along the map. Xavier, however, is picking up this power and is just about done before that chopper's going to get there. There we go, picks up all the power, and with the healing spire there, no one's going to lose a unit. But this power all the way on the right hasn't even been touched yet. And we've got a barracks 5th from Diverse. No 5th pad yet for Metaloid, but he does pick up the other central mini. And he puts down a 2nd generator on the main. No raid camps or production buildings early on yet. We're not seeing a war council or a raid camp. We're seeing an armory on the back mini as well from Xavier. So we're going to see Douglas come out, probably with some snipers, marines, flamers mixed in. Typical Anders tier 1 ball. And at the moment, Metaloid might just be playing passively defensive with the double gen, and he does manage to pick up the power all the way on the left. The chopper's over there with no contention from blue.
Mini base complete.
And we do get a war council coming up from Metaloid now. 3 minutes in, so that is going to be a late warlord compared to Douglas, who's already 10 seconds away. And Xavier already has flamers on this mini in the centre. Looks like there's 3 flamers here and a marine jackrabbit as well. Focusing the harvester first actually, rather than the mini base. Metaloid is just going for a Desi grunt spam with the warlord, like we've seen a lot in the group stages with every Desi player who has played Decimus. That supply pad does drop pretty quickly. The mini base is next. Metaloid's not going to even contest defending that. He's more focused on taking his own node right now. Trying to get more numbers out. It's currently sitting on 28 population to 36 in Blue's favour. Xavier does get a late scout on this base. He does have a double upgraded generator for Metaloid. And this is looking like a pretty strong infantry ball from Anders.
Generator constructed.
But we know that can quickly change since Decimus has Vortex point 1 or 2 and a beam fed as well.
Can we get some anti-air support ASAP?
Douglas is just marching around on his own right now, trying to catch out a few grunts. There's regroup with the main army taking this central node.
Spartan under fire from enemy air units.
Warlord is out for Metaloid. Moving up to the centre, we're going to get a big fight in the middle. Okay. Big fight here going down in the middle of the map. The Warlord's actually just chasing Douglas. Not managed to get any hits off yet. He's just running after him. Metaloid does quickly back away there. Gonna pull Douglas in. Big fight going down with the flamers, and a lot of these grunts are getting annihilated by these flames. Great slam by the Warlord on Douglas there. Vortex actually misses Douglas, catches him on the 2nd attempt. Shield is off for Douglas. Let's see if the Warlord can finish him off, because Metaloid lost most of his army in the other engagement at the bottom here. Chopper ram now going in on Douglas, but the pull manages to avoid that ram from that chopper. Chopper's going down. Warlord shields off, and that elimination, that animation is actually going to kill the Warlord. Beam goes down as well, chasing Douglas. Let's see if Xavier can micro out of that. The pull actually saves the Douglas from the beam. And the Warlord goes down as well, and meanwhile Douglas is still alive with the tiniest bit of health. Xavier coming through that engagement, does have enough for Tech 2 as well. Oh, great chopper ram on Douglas, killing him as he's trying to run away. So both players come out of that pretty badly, losing their leaders. Looks like Metaloid's now swapping into choppers to deal with a lot of these flamers. Both players lost a lot of population there, but Metaloid's coming off worse off with 22. But a great Douglas pick at the end to keep him in the balance here. Metaloid now 10 seconds away from Tech 2. Xavier also pretty similar, only about 5 seconds behind, so they're going to hit Tech 2 at pretty much the similar time. And both players losing their leader as well. The more chopper rams going in now on all these marines. Doesn't look like Xavier has grenade throw yet. I mean, it's only 200 power with Anders, but he wanted an earlier Tech 2 instead of that grenade throw. Choppers are now backing off. Looks like they're going to go heal and then come back to deal with more of them. Warlord is again 10 seconds out for Metaloid. Meanwhile, Xavier actually swapped into a second generator for the armory. And now a garage is coming up in Tech 2. Combat Tech Marines are out as well. A raid camp goes down on Metaloid's main here. So we'll see Warlord with a Foundry, Marauders, Rangers, and the Warlord coming out. And we're going to see Kodiaks, by the looks of things, from Anders. It's probably a better play than Warthogs. Meanwhile, Xavier's actually picking up his third node, stealing that from Metaloid. And Metaloid's going to lose the last central mini he has, but picking up an Expo as he's losing that, and his units are grouping up to the centre here. But that's just grunts. These flamers should be able to, and Combat Tech Marines should be able to deal with this amount of grunts pretty easily. But here come the choppers now as well. And the Warlord's down here just waiting for the units to come down. A lot of these grunts get caught out. Metaloid's just backing off down to his main here. Xavier hasn't picked up an Expo yet. Did manage to pick up that nerd. Vortex Lightning back up. It'll be a really good time to use it. But a great drop turret from Xavier to save his units there. So the Red's army cannot chase the blue units right now, and that turret's going to do a bit of damage, picks off a chopper, a couple of grunts, but for 400 blue that's probably a waste, mainly just to preserve his own army there. Kodiak's now coming up into position, does have a leader point as well. He can spend that on Sentinel synergy and get that annoying Kodiak Sentinels coming out. Since Metaloid's base is down the hill as well, the Kodiaks can do a lot of damage down there. And there we go, he does have the leader power. That Kodiak is going to start spawning Sentinels. Only one at a time. The Grunt actually picked off that first one. Great slam by Douglas. T2 Douglas. There goes a Vortex on Douglas. Dispersion nozzles as well. The Warlord shields off. Another big engagement going down here. Boundless Siphon is on that Warlord though. His health isn't going down much. And great slam on Douglas. Douglas is going to die. And the animation again shreds Douglas with that big hammer. A lot of flames going down here. A lot of Marines are getting destroyed. Both players sitting at pretty similar population. Now pushing up to the Kodiaks as well, so they won't be able to shoot within this close range. So the Warlord should be able to pick them off. Xavier splitting off the other Kodiak. And the pull on the Kodiak as well. But this Boundless Siphon is just completely negating the Sentinels. Those grunts are just going to fully heal by the time they do any major damage. Metaloid now has a chance to retake the nodes, and he did pick up his Expo a few seconds before Xavier as well. Metaloid taking back one node. Grunts are pretty poor at taking nodes, so it might take a while for these grunts to actually start taking that. There we go, all three nodes now being decapped. But Xavier might actually stop one of them with these Marines he's got here. Kodiaks are on defense at the main. It has double garages up at the moment, and that's all Xavier has for production buildings. He does have an armory on its way out. A couple of shrouds wouldn't go amiss for Metaloid now. Looks like he does have an Apex up building engineers. Does manage to take that mini back. And map control is going to swap hands once again, but in Red's favour this time.
I'd venture to guess that we have a Desi drop coming in shortly. I don't know how the game is going, but that's got to be coming soon in the next engagement or so.
Yeah, at the moment, Metaloid is controlling the middle of the map. He has all three nodes, one mini base, and he's pushing up to Xavier's Expo right now with 63 pop to Xavier's 40, but Xavier mainly just has Kodiaks on the field, nothing really to deal with this army, and especially a Desi drop as well. Drop turret does go down on Red's army there, stuns a lot of units for the Kodiaks to take out, but the Warlord's just running up. He could probably one-man all of these Kodiaks by himself, stunning them one by one. If he gets a good slam off here, he pulls off a slam and stuns 3 Kodiaks there. Douglas is back out, but his shield's already off. Metaloid down to 43 pop now. Meanwhile, Savior at 32. There goes the Sentinel network in this engagement as well. And there's the Desi drop right in the middle of the Kodiaks. The Y ability, half health, a few pads and kills a few Kodiaks there. Savior down to 20 population. Just a Douglas and a couple of Wolverines with Kodiaks. Now, no turrets on this base either. I'm not sure what he's going to do to actually kill that Decimus. Both players, however, sitting at pretty similar population, but that Douglas is going to die to this Warlord. He's not going to be able to get away with that pull. Pulls him in, but the Warlord doesn't hit him. He actually walks away from the Douglas. Douglas with a great slam, actually going to kill the Warlord here, so Douglas is going to survive, but that Desi is going to be a bit of a problem for Savior right now. Not going to be able to do too much damage to his base, but he can kill a few of these units. Meanwhile, Metaloid has chance to repopulate his army. Savior does have enough to go into Tech 3 right now as well. A good decision from Metaloid. He's going to back away with that Decimus, but Douglas is going to chase him down with the Kodiak support as well. Shortly he's going to be out of range of the Kodiaks though. Metaloid has managed to pull up to 52 population, but most of that is still building. Actually researching Dark Skies, but he doesn't have any jump pad brutes right now. Great Shroud there, cloaking the army and blocking the Kodiak shots as well, so Douglas can't chase that army any longer. So Savior has managed to get a good scout off with this Sentinel network. Does manage to scout that expert. Probably guessed that Metaloid had it anyway. Metaloid finally taking down this central mini base so he can retake that and control the middle once again. And Savior's still going into Kodiaks. That's all he's got right now. 2 garages. Does have 1 air pad up. Looks like he's going to build Nightingales out of there. I mean, there is 4 Kodiaks right now. Probably could do with an extra Shroud in this army comp. 1 Shroud won't block all of the shots from these Kodiaks. So you're actually sacking the air pad now, going for a 3rd garage. Meanwhile, Metaloid is just going to kite with this Locust here with the army. Now comes the Dark Skies jump pad brutes. Douglas there with the slam as well. Actually, no, he got pulled in from the Decimus. There we go, he gets pulled in again. Douglas is on his own. He can't actually see the army because of the Shroud. Might be able to take out the Locust though. There we go, Douglas is going to die again here. You're on the wire, Oscar.
What? Why?
There goes the Y ability from the Decimus as well in the middle of that army. There we go, Metaloid does now have 2 Shrouds in the mix here. That should be enough to deal with all these Kodiaks, which is Savior's only line of defense right now. He's just tailing up with Wolverines and Kodiaks. Like he's going to back off and start picking off some of these Kodiaks though. He knows he can't take down the base with what he has here. 1 Shroud does get killed though by the Wolverines. As soon as that 2nd Shroud goes down, this army is going to be susceptible to those Kodiak rounds. Look how fast that Locust dies. Metaloid down to 27 population right now. Saviour's sitting at 74, but most of that's defensive units. But if he pushes all the Kodiaks up, he could easily siege a base.
I'm talking to you.
Okay, Oscar.
This. On my leg.
There you go, Savior did push up to the main slightly there. with Douglas and a lot of Wolverines. The Kodiaks are pushing up now. Looks like he's only... These Kodiaks are out of position. They're not locked down, but Saviour's not actually moving them up yet. That is a level 1 Kodiak as well. Both players still with no reinforcements upgrade. Metaloid is sitting on 1600 power though and 3000 blue, but he's still not at full pop. There we go, Saviour does manage to get reinforcements upgrade, sitting at 72 out of 100, but he's on 4k blue, not as much power as Metaloid, but as a banished player you do need more power for all those counter units that you generally build as part of your army comp. This Kodiak is doing so much damage to Metaloid's army right now. Saviour taking advantage. 90 population to 75. On my screen that did just show 23, so it looks like most of that is going to be building right now. Another Kodiak gets picked off there. Blasting Beam goes down with the Warlord Slam on all those Wolverines, so they are going to die. 81 pop to 75 right now. Saviour is making a push with his Kodiaks, going to start taking back this central control, and he has a nice split with the Kodiaks as well. They are all over the place. It's like a minefield right now. There's just Kodiaks everywhere. Not sure what Metaloid's going to be able to do to be able to retake that center with this many Kodiaks there. You can't exactly go into air either because Banshees are not that great, and Saviour already has enough Wolverines to shut down any early air compositions. Another Y ability goes down from Decimus there, catches some of the Wolverines in, but drop to it, goes down and manages to stun the Warlord. And look at these Sentinels, so many Sentinels just swarming right now. Douglas is going to chase the Warlord down. There is Engineers here healing the Warlord. They're going to back off. One of them gets picked off by the Wolverines. The Warlord is going to survive by the looks of things. Ultimate unit built. We do have a Scarab coming out from Metaloid now. And a shield just pops on this base as Saviour's pushing up. Looks like Scarab's just going to walk round to the right hand side and walk round the Kodiaks. Shield on both of Metaloid's bases now. It looks like he's just going to play defense here while all the Kodiaks are in the center, and he's just going to walk that Scarab all the way around to save his main. Saviour picking up both side bases now as well. So he's actually going to be dominating the middle, but he knows nothing about this Scarab running around. He might catch vision on the mini to be able to get back inside. Yeah, but he's going to catch vision on that mini. He jumps back straight away. Let's see what Saviour does here. There's all the Kodiaks going back now. Drops all his leader powers on this Scarab. Can Metaloid main this base before the units get back? Scarab's not actually shooting, he's just going to start treading on the base instead. Look at that, is a Boundless Siphon, Boundless Fury Scarab as well. Now he's going to start maining the base. He could have done that from here a lot earlier, and that base could have been almost dead already. Vortex goes down on the main as well.
Fire base constructed.
Oh, why is this not paying out? What's this paying out?
Scarab is weak, and the base is weak as well. Can Metaloid get this base in time? Oh, the base does drop and the Scarab dies at the same time. Great play by Metaloid, but Saviour has picked up these two side bases as well. Can Metaloid take advantage of this and push down the centre?
I'm telling you. What's this not paying out?
Broken.
No. That's bigger than me.
Warlord dies there as well, but look at all those Sentinels from this amount of Kodiaks. If Metaloid could have scouted the side bases, he could have pushed them instead. Another Y ability goes down, but the Desi is going to die. He probably already has that leader power backup to drop back in though. Saving now at 97, 113 population to Metaloid's 50. Constantly swaying. Do we have another Scarab? Metaloid is building another Scarab. He's got his Warlord coming out first though. Saviour's actually pushing up just with Wolverines right now. Beam goes down on those Nightingales and Wolverines. Saviour still has centre control. Metaloid now building hunters along with engineers. Looks like Saviour's going to start pushing up. All of his Kodiaks are grouped up in the centre here, just starting to anchor them down now. And Douglas is just going to give him vision on this base. This shield probably won't last very long. Saviour is slowly making a push on this base with all the Kodiaks. Quite a few of them are in range, but that'll help if Metaloid tries pushing out. But look at all those Sentinels, so many Sentinels, and the shield comes down as well. Metaloid has built a cloaking generator and teleports onto the Kodiaks. I'm not sure if that was a good decision. There's 10 Kodiaks surrounded around here. Vortex goes down on a few of the Kodiaks to stun them as well. Metaloid up to 86 population, but most of that's a Scarab which is building. Another Desi drop goes down with a Y ability, but these Kodiaks just aren't dying. Drops the Sentinel as well with a Kodiak support. Warlord's going to die. Decimus is still going strong in the middle, trying to pick off as many Kodiaks as he can. I'm sure Metaloid is pretty annoyed right now. Oh, that was a long cloak from the base for that Scarab. That was the smoke, never mind. Decimus making his way back to the shield. Well, looks like we're just going to sit here for a while while Saviour just builds more Kodiaks to siege this base.
Garage constructed.
Metaloid again teleports onto the Kodiaks with grunts and both his leaders again. Oh, he missed one leader actually. I'm not sure why he was teleporting half his army, because that's just going to get shredded. But there goes the glassing beam at level 2 on that Sentinel. We've got Scarabs pushing up now as well. Wall Slam goes down again. Saviour does lose Douglas there. Still so many Sentinels running around right now. Nightingale smoke stops the Scarab. Metaloid has to run away again. Saviour only just getting tech free back on his main that he lost earlier. Saviour with a good amount of eco right now though with these bases on the sides. Another Y ability from Decimus right in the mix of the army there. Looks like that Warlord is going to die to that Sentinel. Nightingale's healing the Sentinel as well. Hasn't got his shield back yet though. Looks like Metaloid actually managed to clear most of the Kodiaks in the centre of the map, so Saviour's been pushed back slightly. But Metaloid's just pushing straight down the middle, he's not actually going for these side bases. Doesn't even know they're there. This Scarab only just down to half health with an engineer here as well, is healing quite a lot, and Metaloid now takes the population lead for probably the first time in this game. Scarab Y ability goes down, that engineer is going to be able to heal that Scarab quite a bit before he takes any more damage. Still so many Kodiaks, and now he's getting siege turrets on his bases as well. Saviour's sitting on a lot of power, but kind of running out of blue now. He can't even repop to full pop if he keeps building Kodiaks. Sentinel is half health. Can just run away to the healing spire though. Scarab also weak, going to take down this mini. Finally going to see this base. More Kodiaks being built over here as well. Going to need some more engines to heal this Scarab. Balance Cypher is doing a good job taking it back from red bar to green though. Saviour's going to lose that base quite easily. And somehow Metaloid actually managed to pull through that. Saviour down to 66 population. Eco's going to slow slightly because he lost that base, but he's still sitting on a nice 3 bases to 2 right now. And this base is being built on Tech 2 a while, and he still hasn't built these 2 pads. I think there's been too much action going on in the centre of the map this game that I didn't want to take his eye off. That is forgetting to build these pads over here. Now Metaloid looks like he's going to side sweep over to this base and probably take this base out as well. So it's going to be 2 bases to 2 again. And Metaloid is now starting to take an eco lead in the blue department. Xavier should have everything upgraded by now with the amount of power he has. Just upgrading this base now. There you go, he does build the pads, but he's going to lose that shortly when the Scarab gets over there.
Watchtower constructed.
Oh, and Metaloid didn't scout that base. His Cursor goes over there now. So it looks like he's sending the grunt to scout over there, but he is pushing up to the centre. How many Kodiaks does he have now? 3 garages on that base.
Pad upgrade complete. Our base is under attack.
2 shrouds. Metaloid now pulling back to take that base. Probably should take this base of his own. I mean, he could get a shield and cloak on there, which would really help him.
Garage constructed. Supply pad constructed.
There you go, Xavier isn't going to have that base for long, but it's going to allow him to rebuild his army.
Our base is
Not the
under
best position for a Kodiak right there, is blocking the entrance to his main base. And Xavier's actually going to make a push to try and defend this. Got air upgrades and vehicle upgrades and 45 base upgrades coming out of Metaloid now. He's going to leave a grunt there so he can pick up that base. That'll give him an easy route with production buildings to this base here. Xavier upgrading infantry and more supply pads.
Kodiak systems all checked and ready.
Metaloid's just sat here taking shots from these Kodiaks. He's not actually moving his army much. I don't know if he wants to lose these grunts or not, but he's kind of just sitting here right now. Scarab's backing off, but the rest of his army's just sitting there. Wild Billy coming down from the Sentinel. Hits a lot of those grunts. The Warlord might die here again, but Decimus is right in the mix. Vortex goes down, stuns the Sentinel. Heal goes down on the Sentinel though. That's going to be 30 pop that he might lose, but he should be able to just re-drop it. But he doesn't have much blue right now, so if he loses that, that's going to be costly for him. Warlord does die in the mix there. And then we go, the Sentinel does die. Xavier does re-drop the Sentinel, but that's not almost like 80% of his blue right now. Down to 500, meanwhile Metaloid's sitting on 400. Going to lose his Desi drop by the looks of things, but he is going to be pushed off. And that is a Veteran 1 Scarab. That Scarab's put in so much work, killing so many Kodiaks. But Xavier now on the aggressive side, pushing the Scarab all the way back to Metaloid's main.
Allies are in trouble.
Alright, while they're both sat here, I'm just going to run to the toilet real quickly. Follow Metaloid while this is going on.
Taking fire from enemy area.
I don't know.
Let me try.
You can't.
Can you sit on your neck?
No.
Please. I want to sit on your neck.
Don't talk then.
Reporting for duty.
Alright, watch it. Alright, here we go. Looks like Savior is back set up with Kodiaks in the middle, taking that third base again. Metaloid's had a grunt here for a while, but he hasn't chosen to actually take that base yet. Metaloid putting so many energies on keeping that Scarab alive. Is veteran 1, so it's going to help him a lot in these engagements.
Watchtower constructed.
Vortex again on that Sentinel, already half health, the shield's about to come off. Heal does go down, can the Reavers catch it? Doesn't look like it. But the beam again, the Sentinel can't run out of that beam with its recent speed nerf. And that Sentinel is going to die again for Saviour. His eco's looking a lot better than last time though, but I don't think he'll have that back to drop in yet. And Metaloid has scouted this base with a grunt on the on hold ground there, so he's going to take that from Saviour again.
Our base is under attack.
Saviour actually missed the Spartan slam there, jumps over the wall or doesn't stun the Scarab. That base does drop, a lot of these Wolverines are going to die. And the Engies are at the back as well healing, so the Wolverines aren't actually breaching those Engies. Metaloid's still sitting on full population right now. Meanwhile, Saviour's down to 80. Waller's just going to keep dragging Douglas in, but the Waller might die and then he should be able to escape. One more drag before he dies. Can the Scarab kill Douglas before he gets away? Doesn't look like it. Just focusing the Sentinels instead, and the Sentinel network goes down as well. Hunter's actually up top here, clearing out the Kodiaks while all this is happening. Probably used the teleport to get up there. No support though, and this Kodiaks just split everywhere. Look at this, it's an absolute bombardment of Sentinels. Scarab on its own with no support here. He does not want to lose that Vet 1 Scarab. Look at these Vet 1 Reavers just from those bloody Sentinels. If he drops the big Sentinel now, probably get shredded by this amount. There is the big Sentinel as well. We'll have his Vortex beam back yet. All the Engies as well on the Scarab going to help it escape. But Metaloid down to 70 population. He does not want to lose this Scarab because then he'll be down to 30 and it's just Reavers. Saviour is backing off though.
I'm under attack from their vehicles.
Are you guys still going?
Yeah, we're up to 43 minutes. It's been
Oh
constant
god,
back and
we're gonna
forth though.
we're gonna have to. They're gonna have to cut them off. 45 minutes though.
Mm.
Unfortunately, I can't help make that decision because I haven't been watching.
We'll put a straw poll in the chat. Let the chat decide.
Yeah, there you go. Probably a good idea. I've been watching a little bit of the stream, and it looks like Metaloid's been doing more damage, whereas Savior's been doing just all defense. Because I keep seeing bases drop left and right from a Scarab on stream, so...
Yeah.
I don't know for sure. I haven't watched the whole thing.
Saviour's had the most dominance because he's had the 4 bases, and obviously Metaloid had to kill those bases to get back in the game, but right now they're both back down to 2. I mean...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Kodiak's is turtling, but he's got the Kodiak's like pushed quite far up the field, trying to seize the base as well, but... I don't know.
Okay.
I don't want to make the decision because I know what's going to happen, so we'll let the chat decide.
Exactly.
If it gets to that point.
Gotcha. I'll be right back.
That Scarab is stunned still right now. Engine's coming in to heal the Scarab again. Look at these Vet 1 Reavers. I don't think that Sentinel's going to last very long if he can get a good Vortex off on it. Probably already used it though. Sentinel network goes down in the middle here as well.
Kodiak in play. Supply pad upgrade complete.
Again, both players fighting down the left here. Saviour's definitely going to lose that base. It is upgraded. The Scarab seems to be the one doing all the building damage here. The 2 leaders doing a lot of work on the units. These Hunters are now upgraded with the Assault Beam. A lot of Engies just constantly healing that Scarab. Is that Scarab going to get Vet 2 anytime soon? He's killed so many units. Viability. The Sentinel's going to die again. Can the Reavers catch it in time? That Sentinel does die. Save it down to 70 pop. Now... Metaloid on 99. Both players with a good eco though. He can just re-drop that Sentinel back in and keep dropping it in for as long as he wants. Metaloid really needs to start picking up some of these side bases. He could get a shield on that. There we go, he picks up this one. He could pick up the other one as well while all the action's on this side of the map. Going to be taking down that mini as well. Metaloid pushes to the center. Saviour's in real trouble right now. He could lose a lot of those Kodiaks to this Scarab. Used most of his leader powers in that engagement.
I'm under attack from enemy troops.
Full pot for Metaloid as well. Saviour's still quite far away and he's going to lose a lot of Kodiaks. Looks like he's backing a few off. Cyclops is coming out as well to try and deal with this Scarab. Warlord's weak again, going to lose that anytime soon.
Does either player have an advantage right now, would you say?
Metaloid's making a push for it. He's probably about to get a Vet 2 Scarab, and Saviour's pop is down to half. So I'm gonna let it go on a while. Metaloid's finally started to pick up his third base as well. So it looks like he's starting to take the advantage in this game.
I gotcha.
And Savior already lost his main once as well. There's just so many bloody Kodiaks.
Yeah, I saw that. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, I don't think Metaloid has lost either of his bases that are the
great wire ability from the Decimus again. Savior down to 45 population. This could be it. All these units are here, and they're all Kodiaks. Starting to build snipers and Cyclopses now. This late in the game, trying to deal with all these units. These hunters absolutely shredding the Kodiaks. Every Kodiak just died. A lot of hunters here. These hunters are Vet 1 as well, along with the Sentinels. Sentinel networks back up, and he drops the Sentinel as well. Lost most of his readers. He has Vet 2 Reavers just because of all these Kodiak Sentinels. Scarab doing a 360 spin there, not actually shooting at anything. If Savior loses this Sentinel right here, it's going to be over. Scarab is maining the base right now with the Sentinel network coming down. Metaloid on a comfortable 110 population to Saviour's 66, but most of Saviour's is still building. Still building Kodiaks and Wolverines as well. I don't think he has an answer for this Scarab right now. Metaloid's Reavers are at the back just killing the Sentinels. It's not focusing the main Sentinel. The main Sentinel is down to half health. This base is going to drop. The healers, where the healers gone? I think all the healers actually died to the Wolverines. Vortex goes down on the Sentinel. The Sentinel's red bar. Saviour's base goes down and the Sentinel dies and Savior resigns. Wow. What a game. Metaloid pulling it. Holy crap.
You know what's crazy is my game is still stuck. Like, with a black screen, you're so far behind. I'm at the 20-minute mark.
You're at the 20. Oh my god, resign.
Yeah, I know. I was doing it. That's why I was like, I used to think that I could just like follow along with the eco, and then I realized how like slow my game goes. Like, yeah, I can't even talk about the eco and the unit pop.
So we go to Rift.
I gotta watch the end of it real quick while we're since I couldn't watch it in game.
Will you just message Metaloid saying it's no repeats, and I'll message Savior? No.
You want me to message Meta?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might troll the chat and put a straw poll in the chat while it's still going on.
They're getting pretty close to the end now, though. Alright, Metaloid knows.
Alright, ready to start? You ready? Let's go. Got Major
Yep,
Colossus
just watching the
now.
stream to see the end.
Still in round
Right.
one. Here we go, Xavier already picked his leader, just waiting on Metaloid now. Metaloid can't choose Decimus again, and Xavier cannot choose Anders for this game anyway, but if it does go into game 3, they can repeat those leaders, they just can't repeat the leaders from this game.
How long was that game? I can't see because of your...
about 57 minutes, I think.
Jesus.
Good job we let it play out. I mean, there is a 45-minute cap. Hostic did say it's at
Yeah.
it's at
You know what's crazy is my game is still stuck, like... Yeah, technically, and I think it says in the notes, the booklet, that if it's clear after 30 minutes that one player is going to win, that we have the discretion to just end it after 30. But at 45, it's supposed to be the indefinite end, but we really couldn't do that there.
Still waiting on Metaloid.
Sure, we'll make up some time elsewhere. What's up?
Still waiting on Metaloid to pick his leader.
Yeah, I think he's going to the bathroom or something
Yeah.
after that long game.
Yeah, no worries. I had to run, I was desperate, so I had to run halfway through. Yeah, Scoot, Metaloid ended up as a second seed, that's why he has to play against Xavier.
Yep. I believe this would be Jetty here. Actually, excuse me, it wouldn't be Jetty. It would be Nathan.
Nathan and Yoda would be playing Sentient if Rock topped his group as well. I'm just going to put a jacket on.
But with double elimination, it really doesn't matter. The best player is going to win anyways.
Alright, here we go. They are ready. Xavier picking Decimus this time, seeing how well Metaloid did with him, and Metaloid picking Pavian. I bet you
This should be interesting.
I bet you thought we were going to get a Pavian mirror.
No, I could have sworn that after watching what happened last game, that Xavier was going to go Decimus. I don't see any other way around it after what happened.
Oh, go find her. And here we go.
Yes, I can see this
Xavier.
game.
Decimus, great, no problems this game, straight into it. Xavier opened a double grunt and a halfster. Are we going to see the chopper play from Metaloid that we saw in the group stages from both of these players actually when they played Pavian? Looks to be that way.
He is going chopper first, he goes
Chopper and
harvester.
harvester.
Both of them have rally points out on the map already. Metaloid is out to the power off the right-hand side of his base, the common one for when you're going chopper. Xavier is going for the mini, so he's going to go try to take a mini really quick.
Yeah,
his own.
Looks like we're going to see Metaloid do... He's not building another chopper yet, though. He does burn out the pads as they upgrade and build. spent the power.
He's going for a third harvester instead and grabbed his mini on the way out instead of building that chopper.
Just so that would save you going in gen third and picking up his mini as well. So he does have a grunt on the ground at the back mini as well, just in case a chopper comes to try and steal that. And the grunt is going to contest the chopper here, going to go into the garrison, but that chopper should be able to pick up most of that power before Saviour can kill it with his grunt. Meanwhile, Saviour does have a grunt on the other side of the map picking up the power also, so he's going to get a good amount of power.
Something.
No production buildings yet from both players, and we're actually seeing Metaloid play tier 1 this time. He doesn't put a double jet down on his
raid camp.
He's got a raid camp on the mini. But we're not seeing any production buildings from Saviour right now. Not a second gen either, so we're probably going to see a war council go down on that back mini. No, a supply pack goes down on the back mini. And he's actually getting shrapnel rounds, so he's going to be building a lot of grunts here. Probably expecting Metaloid to actually go choppers, but Metaloid looks like he's just going grunts with a raid camp and picks up an early expo here as well.
Yeah, with just choppers going against grunts, he still should be able to keep that expo too. There's not going to be a heck of a lot of base damage if we have no production buildings. Shrapnel mines obviously will do something, but the choppers should be able to clean them up as well. Can't mine the units and the base.
Saviour cancelled the supply pad on the back mini and now puts his second generator on there. Metaloid doesn't have a second gen up yet. There we go, he just sacks the supply pad and puts the second gen up on the main, so that's going to be good for the next bear now that he uses on that base. Both players now starting to take the first node. Saviour does have a good vision around the map. He has a couple of grunts scattered on Metaloid's side, so he can see what's going on.
At the moment, Saviour had a little bit of power advantage. It looks like his eco's coming in faster as well. But that's going to change as soon as we get that burnout on Metaloid's main. And there it is. There's the burnout. So just watch his eco just fly up. Got a little engagement going on.
Saviour
looks like in front of
Metaloid's base as well. Doesn't manage to get the scout. He was so close to getting it.
Oh, wow. Just missed it.
Seconds away from getting it. So, yeah. Vortex goes down on Metaloid's grunts as well. The grunt's just running past the expo, he doesn't notice they're taking the battle over at this side of the node. Saviour is winning this battle though, so he should be able to push it to that expo in a second. There we go.
There's more units streaming in though from Metaloid coming in.
And that base has been built a while, so that's a late raid camp on that base from Metaloid. You could have had that up a lot sooner. She's upstairs, go get her.
Mommy's on the toilet.
Okay.
Mommy's on the toilet.
Right now their populations are pretty even, about 30 and 34 respectively. Saviour though is about to queue up Tech 2. He already has the 1,000 power necessary and Expo building, so he has that as well. This fight is going on near Metaloid's base. Our Saviour does end up grabbing the power node also, so he has a 2-to-1 power node advantage, so that's going to help him stay in this eco fight against Pavium.
While all this is going on, Saviour's picking up his expo as well at the same time. Probably a good idea while he's on the aggressive here. Metaloid actually losing a lot of units in these engagements, but Saviour's going to back off. Similar population from both players, but it looks like Saviour has more units in this mix.
Metaloid does have a leader point. I don't know if he's going to go Burnout on it, though. Burnout 3. I'd actually be kind of surprised if he did right now, just simply because he doesn't have his base upgraded to 5 pads. Might as well use that at that point something else.
He's just upgrading to Tech 2 now as well. Meanwhile, Saviour's already in Tech 2 and got a War Council going down on his expo as well.
Okay, he does go Burnout 3, and he gets the upgrade finished in just about half the time, 3, 2, 1. But it looks like what he's going to use is going double barracks on this expo here, and he's going to build rangers to combat these grunts here.
He actually has
he knows
triple
that's
raid
Decimus
camp now
go
as well. He's got a raid camp on that mini on the back still as well. So yeah,
yep.
triple ranger spam.
Triple pumping rangers.
Which, if anybody knows, you do need at least 25 rangers to kill the warlord and a deci drop. Minimum, that is as well. 25 at least. Metaloid trying to steal that nerd. Gruntmans do go down. Just managed to decap it. He might not get the cap on it. Both players just with grunts here. Beam goes down on all these grunts as well. Jump Pack Brute slams going down. Catches a lot of the Jump Pack Brutes with this, the beam. Manages to kill 2 of them there.
Yeah, but the rangers are what's coming in now. They're starting to trickle in.
Yeah,
they're just cleaning this army up real quick.
Both players pretty similar populations, but Metaloid has a lot of rangers coming out now. They can deal with a lot of those grunts a lot easier. But
yeah, Metaloid also upgrading his expo here. So that's going to be a Tech 2 expo with 5 pads.
On the other side as well, both players are going complete eco on the main bases and complete production on their expos. The deciding factor though is that Metaloid does have burn out 3, so he's going to be burning out 4 supply pads and 3 gens. You should be getting the upgrades on them anytime soon also. And we have Pavium coming out, going to contest with his warlord. Looks like Metaloid's just using the Jump Pack Brutes to try and get some good stuns off, so the Rangers can clean up the army. And we are getting a foundry coming up now on that expo. I'm going to see some more orders coming out as well to back up these counter rangers. He already has 8 rangers with a Pavium, building another one, so there's going to be 9 rangers. Good to note as well that Saviour does have Killing Frenzy and Vortex, as well as Boundless Siphon.
Metaloid's putting a shield gen up on this expo here in case the battle comes towards his base.
Saviour only just upgrading.
It's about 30 seconds from being built.
Yeah, that base is going to be unpushable with this amount of rangers under a shield. And Saviour's running straight into it as well, so if that shield comes up during the battle, Metaloid's going to have a really good engagement. And even more rangers are coming out right now. I wish you could select all his units just to see how many he has. And Pavium gets pulled in. Is that blue in the garrison? That is a blue ranger in the garrison. Rain of Fire goes down on all his units as well. Pavium's going to die though. That warlord's going to kill Pavium.
3, 2. Yeah, Pavium goes
up.
down.
Vortex goes down as well. Does catch the units before they actually manage to get in the shield though. Metaloid does have 10 rangers here.
Yeah, that was a nice Vortex to get some of those units.
He could chase,
but he's not going to be able to do anything else here.
Warlord in the animation is going to die.
Get stuck in the animation. All he has to do is push that thing, yeah, because the shots are going to slow him down.
Yeah, Marauder's slowing him down, and the Rangers are going to pick him off. Does have an NG above there though, with the shield pop, so that's going to negate a lot of the damage. Warlord could do some serious damage before he dies.
Yeah, I don't see any way he's surviving that.
Yeah, he does manage to die, but
there you go.
Saviour manages to take out a lot of units there.
Yep. Saviour has the power to go into Tech 3 if he so chooses. He has a full eco base as well.
Yeah, he's had the 3 nodes for a long time as well.
Yeah, that burnout is the only thing is gonna. They're pretty much even because of that. He has more production, it looks like.
Because of burnout 3, Metaloid really should start upgrading the harvesters on his base just to take full advantage of that. Because he's slacking in the blue department, only with 2 upgraded harvesters. But I suppose it doesn't matter too much because he has 3 raid camps building counter units which cost more power. But he does have 2 foundries as well, so he's going to need that blue for the marauders. And he's only sitting on 44 population.
Yeah, Metaloid can go Tech 3 right now if he said, yep, he just queued up Tech 3. He also has infantry upgrade level 1 just finished as well, so his range is going to be a little bit more damage.
He also queues up Tech 3 after hitting 2k power as well.
Burnout is done. back up. He's using burnout right at the perfect time, so it's upgrading the base faster. He's gonna get Tech 3 here shortly.
Savior's gonna make a
He's actually gonna Savior beat him to the push to Tech 3, but he's gonna actually finish it faster because of that burnout. We got an engagement going on at this
Metaloid
base.
got caught out of position there. He was moving across to the left with his whole army, gonna take that base or check for that base. And meanwhile, Savior pushes up at the perfect time on this expo. Wyability goes down on the Waller. Waller can't move. He's stuck in the middle here. Pulls the Pavium there, so the Wyability does stop. And the beam goes down as well on these Marauders.
Warlord does go down,
but so does
the Pavium. The shield gen still has about 2 bars of health left. Oh, here comes a Desi drop.
Oh, he didn't get his
Big
units
Desi
in the
drop.
shield in time. That Desi drop just absolutely wasted half that army. Metaloid actually dropped to 20 population. He's back up to 40, but most of that is building. He's building Wraiths now as well. Triple pumping Wraiths. Not building from the raid camps though. I mean, a couple of
shield goes down.
Shield goes down. He might lock Pavium.
He just got a leader point, Metaloid did. He can get a Lich right here if he wants it.
Probably better with a Lich.
Not much to take down the Lich either.
And that's what he's doing. He's sending. If you notice his cursor, then he's sending a Marauder all the way around to the right, all the way to Saviour's main to drop the Lich. And Savior doesn't have a shield on that base. Unfortunate for Metaloid, that armory did get killed before Pavium could get out. But if he could have locked Pavium in the base until the shield came back up.
The shield's going to get back up. There's a shield gen rebuilt in the back. There it goes. Not a lot of base damage in this army too. Some Marauders, most of it's Rangers and the Desi hero.
Now Savior is caught.
So he will have to back up.
Look at this Marauder going round the right hand side to Saviour's base. There's no shield on it and nothing to really handle the Lich when it drops. So it's going to do a lot of damage on that main base.
He does have the eco to pump out of the yeah, and there's another burnout too. He's gonna burn out on his main.
Marauder rolls up like a boss. Drops the Lich right in front of the base. This is going to give Metaloid an opportunity to push up to the Expo as well, but he's pushing up with nothing. He has 4 Wraiths and he's probably going to lose them. He's sitting on 36 population. Is he going to try and go for a Scarab? Is he keeping his population low on purpose?
So Savior actually saw and scouted it. He's building a shield gen on that base. And then right now the Lich is not going after the buildings.
Yeah, it was shooting the Reaver. A couple of red bar buildings there, but NGs are coming
it's going to go after the Warlord now.
Oh, that's such a shame. The Lich
he almost got 2 different pads, but he's not going to get anything out of it.
Good play by Savior though to put the Warlord in that position and the NG's back as well. So that shield's going to come up before he can take any pads out there. But meanwhile, Metaloid's getting a tech-free leader, and he's purposely keeping his population around the 30 mark. So it looks like he is probably going to queue up a Scarab anytime soon. There's only one War Council at the moment, but he's getting Reflecting Shield, and he does have enough resources. There we go, he queues up the Scarab, so the Scarab's coming in 20 seconds after the Reflecting Shield upgrade, which actually might be too late, because Savior has pretty decent population, now starting to set up blister backs as well.
The Savior has to get stuck behind this Lich for a while, so he's kind of busy while this is happening. This Lich is just definitely keeping his army busy. He can't push while it's going on. Lich does disappear now. Didn't really get much out of that except for a little bit, buying a little bit of time. Metaloid did just scout that he doesn't have a third base. Savior doesn't, so he knows the only down to 2 base. He grabs the 3rd base himself off to the left-hand side, so he's going to try to get that Expo.
Yeah,
Savior has no idea it's there, and
I'm
nothing
not sure
even
if the
close
Scarab's
to try to
even
figure
the right
that out.
play here. As everyone says, never go Scarab against the Decimus, because those leaders are just going to stun it and play ping pong with it for the rest of the game until it dies.
Savior just got a leader point. I think he's probably going to go Boundless Fury on this one. He already has Desi drop. I can't be surprised if he doesn't have that.
Bet out for his backup, probably going to use it. Yep, uses it on his eco base. It's not going to produce the Scarab any faster. It'd probably be a
yeah, that Scarab's 60 seconds out, and that army's right on top of him. I don't know if he's going to have enough time.
Yeah.
I do not wake up in here.
Both players do have a leader point you can use. Jesse drop,
That's because it's stuck.
pulls in some units, uses the Y ability. He's not going to be able to get that Pavium out of there. He really needs that rain of fire on the army, but the army's that's boundless siphon. You're just going to do a split, and nothing's really going to die out of that. Maybe a Wraith. Yeah, he kills a Wraith.
Problem is with that Scarab as well, as soon as it comes out, the leaders can just drag it out with the shield, but the shield actually drops. He's trying to get another shield on the back now as well.
Scarab is going to get out of there, though. It's got 5 seconds. Oh, it's going to be close.
One.
He almost doesn't get this on there.
Heal goes down.
Just in
Heal
case
down,
Pavium's
all
queued up as well.
He has no hunt. He has one hunter here, but a lot of
Target firing the Locust.
Yeah, he just gets pulled out of the
yeah,
heal.
see?
Yeah, the leader just pulls him out, even with a shield.
I said
out.
this yesterday on stream. I think that is the stupidest mechanic in this game. In fact, you can pull a Scarab with the leaders and just bounce it back and forth.
Yeah, ridiculous, really. Especially for how cheap the leaders are compared to a Scarab. It's pretty silly. Oscar. And there we go, Metaloid resigned, so that's going to be 1-1.
What?
So both players winning with Decimus. Third map we're going to go on to Bedrock.
I would have loved to see that game go a little bit longer, just to see if Metaloid goes into Mega Turrets. I think that would have been fun to watch.
I think that would have been really late game. He wouldn't have done it as
yeah,
because there's just so many better.
Well, I know he actually does love Mega Turrets. He's been using them a lot more lately than he does in the past, which I'm kind of surprised he used Pavium here, because knowing that Bedrock is the third game, he loves Pavium on Bedrock for the Mega Turret play. Because you really could shut down Expos with just that alone if it gets into the mid to late game.
Pavium's so hard to break on Bedrock as well. And we might actually see Saviour go Pavium, because he did play him a lot in the groups, but we haven't seen him choose Pavium yet. But that said, Metaloid can actually go Decimus again this game. And Saviour could go Anders, and Anders Siege on Bedrock is going to be so much worse than it was on Frontier.
Hello.
Oh. Yeah, I just had my little niece come inside here too. I was just talking to her.
Hey, all the children are out tonight then.
Yeah.
Good morning for you anyway.
Well, yeah, it's only it's 12:30.
Yeah.
Yeah, my sister came over and brought her daughter.
Getting on to 5:30 now here, so my son will be asleep in bed within the next hour. Can have a bit of peace and quiet. But he did say the Scarab looks pretty cool, so very vigilant on the screen. Alright, Saviour has chosen his leader already, so it looks like we're waiting on Metaloid again. And Xavier unpicks his leader, repicks his leader. Swaying on Metaloid now.
I was messaging Metaloid he's trying to understand what he can do.
I thought that was the case.
Yeah,
I literally just checked Discord to see if he's actually tagged us to say if he can use Desi again. Because I thought he would go Desi again. So here we go, Decimus versus Pav. Just like we said.
He initially thought, I told him, I'm like, you can repeat. And he's like, I didn't understand the rules. I'm like, no, you're good right now. You couldn't use Desi last game, but you can this game. But Savior can't. So now he knows that he's able to go Desi, and then basically they just reversed what just happened last game.
Hopefully Savior understood the rules as well.
Yeah. This map might be a little bit different because I think Bedrock is a better map for Pavium play than Rift. We'll see, though. The amount of, if he goes choppers on this for Savior, there's so many minis that the chopper play opener is ridiculous.
And it's so narrow that you kind of always know where his starting units are going to be because all the resources are in the middle right at the start. So them two early choppers can pick off probably all three of those grunts. And that's probably what Metaloid's thinking. He's actually giving up his own resources right now. He's not sending any of his grunts out there. Took all the supply near his base first. Looks like he opened triple grunt. He's sending 4 grunts into the center now, but he is going to get a vortex, so if he can vortex and pull off a good vortex on some of those choppers, he should be okay with the amount of grunts he's got there. Like, he's actually sending his grunts out in bunches right now. There's 5 grunts over here, so if the chopper does come, even though the chopper is stealing the other power by the looks of things.
And even still, like, because he's going Desi, building a bunch of grunts isn't the worst thing in the world to do. Just
there
like
we go.
mass spam at the beginning.
Two choppers here now. I'm going to pick off that one grunt. They are grouped together. He might be able to pull off a vortex. One ram goes in. It'd been so cool to see the vortex take down both those choppers and put him in such a good position. Here comes the third chopper now as well. Another ram goes down on those grunts. Metaloid did manage to pick up that power and supply pad though, and only losing one grunt is going to back off now. Opening double power extractor as well. We're going to get no mini steals from Savior. Yeah, it looks like the choppers are backing off. And we've got a second power extractor now coming up from Savior as well. Picking up his first mini, and looks like Metaloid's going to do the exact same. And Metaloid is picking up his first node as well. Meanwhile, Savior cannot pick up his node because he's only got choppers right now. Not many grunts to be able to take that. This game needs to go 20 plus minutes because Yoda's got pizza coming. Right, Metaloid making a push up now with his guns, actually fending off the choppers. Bloody hell. Alright. Still dying. Who did that by Nathan lose to? Nathan lost a major. Damn. Telling you, Major's not one to be messed with. Beat quite a lot of good players in the league. Beat me, beat Rock, beat Storm, beat Jeff. There we go, chopper rams go down on the grunts now. Does have shrapnel rounds though, doesn't manage to catch the choppers. 3 grunts, all red bar, they are going to die to these choppers. Savvy doing a great job at microing the choppers around, dodging the shrapnel rounds as well. Great ram there, stopping that grunt. Another shrapnel round goes down. Catches the chopper though.
Sorry about that, I'm back.
And Savior is picking up an expo while managing to micro his choppers really well to keep Metaloid on defense here. Can tech 2 as well. Burnout just runs out on his base, so he's not going to take advantage of that teching up. And
yeah, Metaloid also queues up tech too, so he won't be too far behind.
yeah, he's not playing
Only be a few
game.
seconds.
I think he knows what to expect from Pavium on this map. He knew he was going to go choppers, so he didn't commit too much to the early game and just matched him on tech really. So he's not going to be too far behind actually with that burnout. But Saviour does have the expo built, and we do have a double raid camp coming up on there now. These choppers putting in so much work on these grunts.
Augmented harvester upgrade complete.
Suey coming in as well, should be able to take out all these grunts if Metaloid doesn't see it in time. Great ram as well. Suey goes in, good split from Metaloid, does catch 2 grunts there though, yeah, kills the last grunt as well. Raid camp coming up for Metaloid with a War Council, so we're going to see Warlord and probably more Rangers here. Rangers coming out for Pavium now as well with his own War Council and a full eco base again for the Pavium player. Vortex goes down on that one ranger. That ranger is going to die to these grunts in the vortex there. Three rangers pushing up now, going to be able to take out most of these grunts. Shrapnel rounds going down though, put a negative effect on them. Throat's killing me. And there goes the glassing beam on 3 rangers. Sega is going to lose 3 rangers there. He did lose 1 prior to that as well. I mean, he does have a great eco with that burnout on that full eco base. It's not going to be too costly for him. His eco's so far ahead of Metaloid right now, and he has the expo for running. Fully upgraded in a second as well.
Yeah, Metaloid really needs to look at getting an expo soon.
He's struggling right now for eco. He used a beam and a vortex to kill 4 rangers.
He doesn't have that many harvesters. Got a couple on the back, but 2 of them non-upgraded. He only has 1 upgraded harvester. Metaloid does.
Yeah, just upgrading Hammerstone and still building rangers. So he thought about units before his eco, and he's not going to be able to catch up either because of Pavium's burnout. Now Saviour pushing up with 9 elite rangers, 7 grunts and a Pavium. Where's the Warlord? The Warlord is out and upgraded on Tech 2. Metaloid now picking up his expo as well. Manages to take 3 nodes while all this is going on as well.
Pretty soon Metaloid's going to have Boundless Siphon, so it'll change the dynamic of the next couple engagements. But he doesn't have it yet. He's close. He's really close. And that'll change his fight right here if he can get it. But it might be too late. He's already lost a lot.
Yeah, he's down to 30
he just got it.
And Saviour's double at 57. Look at all these elite rangers just pushing up now. Going to be chasing down this Warlord.
Alright, so he does have it now. He did lose a lot.
And he's going to lose that
expo is not protected.
Yeah, it's still building, so it's going to take a lot of damage. He's not going to sack it either. He's going to let it build. Viability goes down on the Warlord, but the pull does stop that. Slam goes down as well. There goes the Rain of Fire. Great Rain of Fire on Red's units. Red cannot escape there. That Warlord is going to go down. Meanwhile, Pavium didn't even lose his shield. Only elite rangers, so they're going to tickle this base, but they're going to slowly kill it eventually.
Infantry level 1 researched.
There we go, Metaloid. Looks like he sacked the base in the end. Saviour's going to retake the nodes with a full eco base and a full production base. Look at that eco go with that burnout 3. You do not want to get behind against a Pavian because it's so hard to come back, especially with the eco he has. Now Saviour's about to take 4 nodes to 0. Just checking the other expert as well. Might actually take it himself. Is that rich? Compared to Metaloid anyway. Metaloid can't afford to repop. He's sitting at 27 population, only 500 blue and 700 power. I think he's just gonna probably start saving up for that Desi drop now.
Yeah, honestly, right now this is his best bet. He's so far behind on the eco war. Whereas he's struggling with some blue. Savior's already full pop, 74 out of 80, 78 out of 80, and then 3k blue.
Yep, 3 upgraded extractors, 3 upgraded harvesters.
And he has full node control.
A bear
He's
now
got
and
4,
5
he's about to
nodes,
get the
yep.
5th one. Yeah. Just cycle back and forth real quick so the guy so everyone can see the eco between the two and how slow it's trickling in, especially for power.
Back and forth.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying just to point out how slow it's trickling in for Metaloid compared to how fast it's coming in for Savior. Even though he doesn't have an Expo though, Metaloid, at least on Bedrock, it allows him 3 minis, so it's not as bad as other maps, but you still need that Expo.
It's not for himself, but compared to his opponent, yeah, his opponent's gonna be
yeah.
Right. Especially
Yeah, and then Metaloid goes for that, or Savior goes for that 3rd base.
Yeah, picking up the 3rd base, and it has 5 nodes, and he's just gonna keep denying that node. Does manage to decap on it, but he's not going to pick it up himself. Pulls in 1 Marauder. Then we get the Y ability goes down on there, the Warlord again. It's not going to be able to get out.
There's a Lich.
A Lich?
I don't know if that was a good spot for the Lich.
I think that was a great spot.
He could have easily said that on a base. Bean going down from Desi, dropping some units.
Yeah, he could have easily rolled over this army, just walked up to the main and dropped the Lich at the main. Quite easily. Now Metaloid
Metaloid can just back up.
He's going to lose his Expo again, but that was a bit of a waste of a Lich at the moment. He could have probably ended the game right there with the eco and the population is on. Metaloid's got a lot of red bar units and he's down to 40 population.
But he's in the shield now and those guys will get their health back. There's only 1 engineer there, the ability to heal for Savior.
Savior can just
he has his Rain of Fire, Savior does.
Yeah, Savior can just keep out producing him, so as soon as that shield drops and with all the units he can just keep rallying in. It's going to be really difficult for Metaloid to get out of this situation.
Metaloid's floating the eco to drop a Desi drop if necessary. That's what he's doing right now, it looks like. Just in case he did push. But right now he's just waiting for Metaloid to... or Savior to Lich to be gone. But Savior taking his Marauders alone, he's going to go take out the minis. That's when you're stuck on a base like this, like we talked about before, having those 3 minis is definitely helpful. Without them, you're really in bad shape if you weren't before already. And he's splitting them too, so he's not only going to just 1 mini, he's going to 2 at the same time.
Yeah, when you're closed in like this on Bedrock, it's almost impossible to be able to sneak off an Expert. Like, on Frontier and Rift and other maps like that, you can sneak Experts to the side because your opponent's got a long way to run, but it's so easy to just check these 2 Experts. Like, Savior has 2 grunts on whole ground already, so he knows instantly when Metaloid tries to build an Expert.
Metaloid just queues up Tech 3.
Probably going to try another
Or Savior is trying to get an Expo on his side.
It's his only way out right now, but I don't think even the Scarab can save him in this game right now.
Well, as we saw the first game, it's definitely possible with Desi. Just because, I mean, there's not going to be a siege war in this one. He can keep his Scarab alive a lot easier. Vet it up.
But we are a long
There
way
ain't
away
no,
from that. He can't afford the Scarab and he doesn't have the population for it. And meanwhile, Safety's just picked off too many bases and picking up his 4th base now.
We're 2 hours in and we're still on the first series. Rip.
There you go, Metaloid. See what I mean? Trying to sneak a base, but he can't get away with it. Not on bedrock. If he's doing a good job at just choking him out here.
Yeah, he's gonna pick these units off without really losing anything of his own because of Boundless Siphon. Actually, might manage to get some health back on some of them.
I think Saviour's probably just waiting for his Lich again before he pushes. He's just harassing with Marauders right now on the minis, where his main army's just sat there in the middle. I'm going to take the 5th base as well. Not building or upgrading anything on those yet. I'm sure he will do, but this is just going to be a matter of time before Metaloid loses this game by the looks of things. Either that or we're going for a really long game and a really good comeback.
Oh yeah.
Which I'm sure we all want to see.
The longer we can see these two battle out, the better. He does have a lot of supply, Metaloid does. He's not really... it looks like he's going into just Grunts, Reavers, and Wraiths, I think. Looks like. He's going to lose another supply pad mini.
Metaloid going into Wraiths as well by the looks of things, but he only has one foundry to be able to build them from. Well, Saviour looks like he's got 2 built, but he has 5 bases, so he could easily build some more of them. Looks like he's just putting supply pads on the front bases.
We're under attack from enemy troops. Augmented harvest.
Yeah, this is really where you can, like I talked about before, the mega turrets. This is really where you can, those things can come into play if you grab the mid. You could just honestly just use them to shoot down the main by themselves.
Metaloid has a point,
especially from either side.
Behind on his next point, so we could potentially see mega turrets being built on these 2 frontal bases. Lich is back up as well.
Sevier has 114 pop out of 120 and 4K blue and 3K yellow. Whereas Metaloid, I mean, he's slowly getting his army in place, though. He has 77 out of 100 now. He was able to get reinforcements, and he still has 3K blue, so... He's building an Apex. I think he knows that you might see the Mega Turret play here. I don't think he has vision. He doesn't know. He can assume that he has those bases, but he doesn't know for sure that Savior has those bases.
Yeah, he doesn't know that Saviour has any expos right now because he hasn't managed to make it that far up the map yet. So he can't even see Saviour's 2 expos, but yeah, he's pretty obvious at this point because he's been pinned back for so long. And here we go, the mega turrets are on the way out. And Saviour messaged me saying mega turret ban.
Metaloid looks to try to counter with blisterbacks here. He's just going to dig in. The army's coming up the front door now. He can just drop the Lich.
If he wants to, but I think he's probably going to drag this out.
He now sees that mega turrets are there.
Yep, mega turrets are going to be coming in. There we go. Mega turret's already reaching the base. Where's he getting the vision from? Oh, he has 3 sensor towers on the bases. So every time Metaloid moves his units along the front, the mega turrets can reach them. Look at that! Oh my god. He doesn't even need to send his army in there. Metaloid has to literally sit at the back of his base if he wants to do anything.
He's building blister back. Yeah, there's the Lich. He's just gonna drop the
Double
Lich
Rain
for
of
the
Fire.
remaining vision. He drops Rain of Fire
Double Rain of Fire
to drop
and
the
Lich.
shield, help drop the shield.
Cloaking Gen trying to come up as well. Shield does drop. That Cloaking Generator is going to catch a bit of the Rain of Fire, but the Lich isn't focusing it. It's going to focus the units. And
Big Desi drop right here. If he can get the Y ability off.
Probably needs to, there goes the Y
There it
ability.
is.
He needs to kill the Cloaking Gen. The Cloaking Gen does go down. The Mega Turrets. Look how quick Desi dies. That's how you kill Decimus, everybody. Who needs 25 ranges? Not Savior. Just Wraiths and Mega Turrets.
That Lich is probably gonna die. It's only got 2 bars of health left.
He should die in Savior.
Not that it matters really much, but...
Units, but so did Metaloid.
Yeah, and he's still sitting there in the blister back range.
Yeah, it's quite funny. He's about to lose 2 more Wraiths if he carries on. Pavium's going to go for the Garrison. I don't think Metaloid can stop him. Oh, the Hunters are on the way.
He's just gonna get in the Garrison
he's
himself.
going to get in the Garrison himself, so he's not going to make it. He might be able to run to the other one though, because there's no units at that side, but Pavium is really slow.
At this point, doesn't matter. He gets a shield up. It's already at half health just because that.
Xavier should have a lot of reinforcements coming in as well. There goes the heal. Imagine the heal with Pavium in the Garrison, and the Mega Turrets firing. That would just be unstoppable.
Metaloid trying to go Cloaking Gen. He already lost it once. He's trying to put it on the back now. Pavium's gonna die. Looks like he got pulled in by the Warlord. It looks like Metaloid's trying to save up for a Scarab now. He's only 200 supply away. 100 supply away.
I don't think he'll make that.
There's the shield gets back up. I think he has no choice.
He's at 90 pop.
He has to.
But Saviour's got loads of units. He can just keep rallying units all day. Look how many Prickship buildings he has right now. I think he has 4 Apex.
If he had, Scarab does get cute. If he has, how did that? Oh, he sacked it.
Comes up, but he does have Reavers there to support.
That shield is 2 bars of health away. It actually had a lot of health left, and then the Mega Turrets just took that down in no time.
Yeah, there we go. The shield.
There's only 1 Reaver there left, though.
Yeah, Melo's gonna focus the Reaver and.
Yeah, and he can't see it anymore.
And he's just building bomb shields at the moment. No more Reavers coming out.
He's going Reavers now.
By the looks of things. Engineers coming out to support.
The Mega Turrets are able to see the minis, though. Able to shoot them on their own. Shield's back up on the main, not that it matters for much. Scarab's 55 seconds out, so it's over halfway. He's going for another shield gen on his base, so he's going to have a double upgraded shield.
Don't think it'll matter too much.
No,
especially when all those leader powers come back.
Scarab, at least I think at this point he's just trying to get the Scarab up.
Another Mega.
Really, if he has Scarab, a few Reavers, and Shrouds to pick off this Mega Turret range, there's not a heck of a lot Pavium can do unless he has just massing units over and over and over again. Which obviously is viable for it, but he doesn't have, other than the Banshees, he doesn't have a heck of a lot to even deal with the Scarab. There it is. Scarab's on the field.
And he's building Reavers as well to help deal with those.
Oh, Mega Turret going on the mini behind Metaloid's base.
Rip. Oh my god. Apex now coming up for Metaloid, so now he's got his Scarab out. He's go for the Apex. Xavier with all those watchtowers can see that Scarab quite easily as well. Banshee's coming in.
Those Banshees are getting shredded, though. They have no way of healing other than engineers. It's not like they're Desi Banshees stay alive forever. Whereas those Reavers are Desi Reavers.
And there goes beam.
There's a beam, too.
Banshees. They're going to try and run away. A lot of those Banshees are going to die at paperweights. Engine's coming in now as well. But that Scarab, look how weak the Scarab is. He just spent a long time building that. And Rain of Fire 3
Level
goes
3
down.
Rain of Fire. Once that Scarab's done, the game's over.
Oh, it didn't make
Yep.
it to the shield. The Scarab did die. Metaloid's in trouble right now. It's down to 16 pop. Did he? He did sack his base. Looks like he did, but he was just unclocking. And he has engineers. 2 Reavers left. The shield is half health. Mega turret's now bombarding this base as well.
Yeah, here comes a Lich.
Shield, Lich, down. 3 Mega turrets. 5 Mega turrets pounding this base. And that's the last Reaver. He's going to focus the Cloaking Gen, then the Foundry, and then there's nothing Metaloid can do. He has no units, this is going to be all she wrote for Metaloid. He does get a second chance though, he will get knocked down to the losers bracket. So the loser of game 1 plays the loser of game 12. So the loser of game 12 is going to be LGP Major versus either EOD or Sentient. So Metaloid will play one of those from the losers bracket. And right on time, Yoda said we can end the game now. So Yoda is ready.
Yoda vs Rock.
Yoda vs Rock.